Hi, Brian Stecker here again, certified personal trainer and baby boomer fitness expert, where today I'm with my great client Rosie, and we're going to talk about how to lose thigh and butt fat for women over the age of 50. Now, a lot of times I get the question is, Brian, how do I tone up my thunder thighs? Or how? And your husband said, shame on your husband. How do I tone up the what?
Saggy old lady butt.
But you no longer have
saggy old lady butt.
I want you to say it, not me. Saggy old lady butt.
Yes.
So we are going. You've experienced it firsthand, and you've transformed that.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the key points on how to transform those thunder thighs and that old lady saggy butt, and make it strong, lean toned legs and that lifted butt. Or as you said the other day at that seminar, I've never had a butt like this.
That's right.
All right. So the first thing when you're wanting to transform your the excess fat in your legs or in your butt is you want to make sure that you get your diet figured out.
That's right.
And yeah, first thing is it's calories in, calories out, and then and we've talked about that in other videos, and I'll leave it down below, is you want to find out what your BMR is, your basal metabolic rate. And we all know a pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So we want to take in 500 calories less than we burn. So for most women, that's about 1,200 calories a day. Now, if we're working out 5 to 6 days a week, we want, with cardio and weight training, we want to make sure we're getting 30% of our diet from protein, 50% from carbs, 20% from fat, so we have enough fuel to rebuild our muscle, have sustained energy from carbs, and feeling full so we don't get those cravings from the fats. So anything you want to throw in there about diet that's helped you transform that saggy old lady butt?
Well, it has to be consistent. You have to have discipline also. So like Brian said, make sure that your carbs are in check. Your sugar especially is the worst. So make sure you have a diet and meal plan. Make sure that you also, if you do meal plan, that you portion it out so you won't have any temptations.
Yeah, the consistency is really that key. And sometimes people go, yeah, consistency, it's going to take me a long time. But you can see changes in little as 21 days,
Yes.
4 weeks, or 6 weeks. And I challenge myself all the time with all kinds of challenges, 21 days, 4-week challenges, 6-week challenges for things that I want to do for myself physically, mentally, emotionally. One thing I found is with that consistency, don't get overwhelmed by it all. But say 21 days, I'm going to focus on this plan, I'm going to focus on this eating, and I'm not comparing myself to anyone else, but I'm going to appreciate what I accomplished in those 21 days. I'm going to appreciate what I've done in those 4 weeks. I'm going to appreciate what I've done in those 6 weeks. And I'm going to be proud of myself because I am better now than I was 21 days ago. So that's what I would say around consistency is,
Yes.
Go do those workouts, follow that meal plan, but set a 21-day goal, a 4-week goal, 6-week goal to challenge yourself with that.
Absolutely. It's just like if you want to fit in that bikini or that bathing suit, especially summertime's coming. Now we have this great hot weather, and you want it to be all put together. That's kind of like your why. Why am I doing this? And so it gives you a reason. So set that goal also.
Yeah, so the next thing, once you have the diet under control and you're consistently training, I would add in resistance training, weight training, to start build. So specifically for women over the age of 30, going in their 40s and 50s, you begin to lose about 5% of your lean body mass over those years because of hormone changes in the body. So one way to counter that is to do progressive overloaded resistance training for those muscles of your thighs, of your glutes, of your legs. So you're going to want to do resistance training twice a week, 80 to 120 repetitions in the beginning, and challenge yourself with that to start building that muscle back up, and it's going to help with that toning them up and fighting that sag.
Absolutely. If you need help with that, to have a program that specifically targets that, you could always ask one of the trainers. You can ask me too what I've been doing to make this transformation. So you always have help out there. Sometimes we just can't do it alone.
Yeah.
We get bored and we get off track. So find someone that you can really be accountable to too.
Yeah, having that accountability, doing something at the beginning helps with that overwhelm and holds you consistently to that plan. The next one's cardio. If you've got that excess body fat, you've got to burn it off, and you're doing it through diet. But the way to expand that burn, that calorie deficit, is to do cardio. So there's two types of cardio that work really well. And the first type is that steady state where you just go on the step mill, or you go on the treadmill, or you go on the elliptical, you go on the row machine. Did I get them all?
I think so. I'm looking at, or the bicycle.
Or the bicycle. Oh, I can't forget.
Yeah.
The rollerblades, chasing your kids.
Rollerblades, yeah, you can do that too.
And you want to do that, keep your heart rate around 120 to 140 beats. And you can do that every day. And sometimes a lady actually asked me this the other day, and she said, well, do I have to do the full 30 minutes at one time? No, as long as you're breaking it up into 10-minute chunks and you're getting that intensity level in, 30 minutes is 30 minutes as long as you're doing it in 10-minute chunks. So you could do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes on your lunch break, 10 minutes when you get home with the dog, and get your cardio that way. The other way is a high-intensity interval training that we advocate to do 2 to 3 times a week, where you take your heart rate outside that 120 to 140 beats to that 85% to 90% of your max heart rate, and you hold it there for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you go to recovery, and you do that anywhere from 5 to 12 sets. And then what that creates is that EPOC, that excess post-oxygen consumption, where you're needing a lot of oxygen afterwards and your body's recovering and you're burning calories for hours outside your workout. So I would say cardio is a big component. And the thing I noticed with you, Rosie, you're always posting pictures of all the cardio you're doing. What is cardio?
Well, I've incorporated a little kickboxing, and this is just not, a fighting type of kickboxing. It's actual high-intensity kickboxing. So that's really helped me. And also coming to boot camp, you cannot beat the cardio that we do here with the ball slams, the burpees, the mountain climbers, all your favorites, that, and also the sled pulls, everything like that. So it's available here too.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny that you said that. We all get stuck in that frame of mind of like cardio is running, cardio is this. Cardio is anything that's challenging your muscles and getting yourself outside that heart rate zone, the anaerobic side of it, which is the burpees you can do anywhere, the mountain climbers, and then the kickboxing. So that's good. Other one I would say is you can't manage. This has been ingrained in my head for like the last 20 years, and from the military, is you can't manage what you don't measure. You've got to be able to measure something. So every 2 weeks doing a body fat test, every 2 weeks taking a picture of what that body part looks like and comparing it to 2 weeks later. And those things are great ways to hold you accountable, not to cry if you didn't make improvements, but to say, okay, this is going to hold me accountable to step my game up. Because we don't want to look at that and say, I didn't improve. No, you look at that first picture, you're like, I'm feeling good, I'm going to go home. No, you're looking at that picture and you're like, gosh dang it, I got to go to the gym today. And then the next part of that is, it's also a reward. You look at that 2 weeks later, like, my hard work is paying off. I see some improvement. So you've got to be able to measure it. And then also circumference measurements, body fat measurements, pictures. So even your clothes. So find multiple ways to measure that success that you're having. Even a workout card, I notice for a lot of people in the beginning is great because you're not going to see the visual changes sometimes, but being able to see on the workout card that you're getting stronger, you're getting endurance, all the things people over 50 really want with the fat loss is to be able to be healthier, to keep the grandchildren, to travel, to do the things they love to do. Anything around measuring that you could throw in there?
Measuring, I really like pictures because pictures are visual, and us women that are over 50, when we see a difference in what we're doing after 4 to 6 weeks, and we see a little bit less body fat, we see a little bit less sag, that makes a huge difference to us. So at least take pictures month by month and see how you're doing with that. So that really has been effective for me.
One of my favorite football coaches that, rest in peace, passed away this year, but what I used to love about what he used to tell me and has always stuck to me is, and why I go with pictures, is he says, Stecker, film doesn't lie. So he would pull up the camera, pull up the camera and he would show me, hey, you said you blocked on this play, but then on Monday we look at the film and I didn't block. So film doesn't lie, so pictures don't lie. And then we talk about all these things is reward your wins.
Yes,
so like you
absolutely.
get your first workout in. I see some ladies, they leave the gym and they cry. They're like, I couldn't do it. I was so tired. I felt shaky. Forget that. Take your right hand, put it over your shoulder, and pat yourself on the back.
Be very proud.
Yeah, be very proud you made it
That
in.
first step.
You took that vision, and my hand's stuck here.
Yeah.
And while you're there, take that other hand and give yourself a hug.
right.
And say, I love myself for getting there and doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
It's the journey. So how many times have we heard that? It's like so many people, clients, I actually have had this with clients that have set a goal, and that's what I appreciate about you, is I have a lot of clients who do competitions. And they said, I got a 12-week goal, and I got to look this way, and I got to get this trophy in 12 weeks, and they do it, and they don't get the trophy, and then they say, is this all there is? Mm-hmm. But really, it was what they wanted was to transform themselves and those feeling good about themselves, and they lost themselves on the way. So if you can reward yourself on the journey, like what you love about it, what you're excited about with that training, what you're passionate about with that training, how your body's changing, the little compliments you're getting, you begin to look at the goal of transformation, not of something that's an end, but something that you are, and that's something you get to enjoy along the way. And even though we don't all like our burpees.
Yeah, no.
How about for you, rewarding yourself?
Competition, this particular one is my very first one. And what it's about is not really the win. There is going to be a win because that's that personal challenge I gave myself. But the purpose is the message. And that's my win, the message that women over the age of 50 can get in the best shape they possibly can and not lose hope. That is my huge win, and that's the purpose of my competition. So it is a real challenge to myself, though, and that's the challenge that I need to get to that next level, and knowing that it is possible even for myself.
I just got back from a seminar down in Orlando, and one of the speakers there, Mr. Middleton, he talked about that we're aging forward. A lot of people have a perception that age is getting older, but age is really just another number. Yes. It's another year older, but it's the beliefs we put about our age. It's the attitude we put around the age. It's the expectations we have for ourselves around the age. And all age is just a number. And they've proved this with studies. So remembering that you can transform those legs, and it's just a number. And the first half, your second half of your life can be even better than the first half of your life. You have so many things to look forward to. Grandchildren, kids are a little bit older, travel, freedom, taking on new competitions, new adventures. So this second half of your life of building your legs the way you want them to is an adventure.
You only have one body, you only have one life. So women over 50, you got to look at it this way. You got to make it the best you could possibly be with these next years of your life. And if you could do that and have the results with the help you have around you, it's going to make your life and quality so much better.
The last one I want to hit on, and I just popped in my head, was identity. It's what identity do you have for yourself? Because we all have a picture in our mind of what we're going to look like at 50. We all have a picture in our mind what we're going to look like at 60. We all have a picture in our mind what we're going to look like when we're 70. And there's a great picture on the internet right now, and you've actually been inspired by this lady, where there's one lady, she's 70, and she's in a chair, old.
Yes.
And then there's a 70-year-old who's like a championship bodybuilder, and you said...
She's actually 80.
She's 80, so...
She just turned 81.
Just turned 81.
Ernestine Shepherd, yes.
What's her name?
Ernestine Shepherd.
Ernestine Shepherd. Yeah. You said that's your role model. So
yes, she is.
So you have the identity, the vision in your mind of that's how you want to be in your 80s. So that's helping you determine your actions every day, your beliefs about yourself, and what you're going to do for yourself to create that lifestyle. So having a good identity of what you're going to be at that age. So yeah, you're going to transform those legs. You've got that identity of like, I'm going to have strong, lean, toned legs.
And it's a lot about overcoming some of those typical things that are associated with aging. like arthritis and menopause and all of these health issues. And it's just being better about your form and careful about your form and having the mindset of, yes, I will get well. And I'm determined to change my lifestyle, eating habits, and strengthen my body so that my bones and my overall health are healthy, mind, body, and spirit.
Awesome. So I feel like these are some great starting points around how to lose that thigh and that butt fat into your 50s. Now we've talked about it a little bit, let's go into some of the exercises and do some workouts that people can do.
Okay.
I would love to hear what you liked best about this video. So down below, you'll see a comment section. Just leave your comments, and I want to thank you so much for the comments you've been leaving me over the months, and I've been getting back to filling those out. Also down below in the description box, you'll see a link, and in that description box with that link, you want to click it, and it's going to take you to another page where you're going to get 4 free workouts. To get those 4 free workouts, you just have to enter your email address. So go down below, click the link, and we're going to get you those workouts right away by entering your email address. Also, down below, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get updated when we release all this great content. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you so much for your comments. Go get your free workouts, and you guys make it a great day.